السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. إن شاء الله we'll go through 8 and 9 verses 8 and 9 from Surah Al-Jinn. So repeat after me إن شاء الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وأنا لمسنا السماء فوجدناها ملئت حرسا شديدا وشهبا. وأنا كنا نقعد منها مقاعد للسمع فمن يستمع الآن يجد له شهابا رصدا. وأن نون والشدة takes two counts. وأن لمسنا السماء 4 to 5 counts. فوجدناها دال with سكون قلقلة. If you repeat it so that you say right, فوجدناها ملئت, make sure that the ta is pronounced. حرسا إخفاء حرسا شديدا and after it إدغام وشهبا. وأن نون والشدة take two counts. كنا the same thing. نقعد قاف with سكون قلقلة. نقعد منها مقاعد, make sure the meme is light, قاف is heavy. مقاعد للسمع. فمن إدغام وغنى. فمن يستمع الآن يجد دال with سكون قلقلة like it's mentioned before. يجد له شهابا رصدا. شهابا رصدا no غنى but there's no noon. شهابا رصدا. The translation: and we have sought the heaven but found it filled with powerful guards and burning flames, and we used to sit therein in positions for hearing, but whoever listens now until will find a burning flame lying in wait for him. This is what the jinn they were saying, what they said when they heard the Quran is, and we learn from what the jinn said as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed it to the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam for us to learn. And the words of truth that they said, and how they heard this amazing Quran, and how they would say, how can people, human being, attribute lies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And once the tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with his names and attributes fills the heart, a person is able to see the haqq, the truth, from falsehood. And the more, of course, the person gained knowledge, he would get to see that. But a huge deception in the hearts of the people when they are upon shirk. They don't understand anything till they follow the truth, and that is to worship none but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. So here, what they've said, وأن لمسنا السماء فوجدناها ملئت حرسا شديدا وشهبا. When the Prophet ﷺ was sent and the Quran was revealed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guarded the heavens with extra guards and angels to protect it from the shayateen. The shayateen, they move differently than the human beings, and they have the ability to go high and to go up, and they would listen to what the angels would say when it comes to the command of Allah. And this is where it explains the fortune tellers and things like this. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made their affairs clear compared to messengers of Allah, is that fortune tellers, if they deal with the jinn, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith also, that يَسْتَرِقُونَ السَّمْعَ, they listen. They try to go as high as they can to listen to the angels, then they go on top of each other, and one on top of the other of the jinn. And if they hear a word of the truth is up there, they take that word, and by the time it goes to the lowest of them of the jinn going down, of course it's changed, and they add to it 100 lies. So then when fruit and then they give it to the human being that deals with them, which is haram to deal with them. And they would add to it 100 lies. But it's the funny part of the human beings is that if someone says 100 lies and one thing from the 100 lies is the truth, they forget about the lies and they say, oh, he said that. So when the Prophet ﷺ was sent, the angels, they found that the skies have been filled with harasan shadidan, very strong guards that they're not able to come closer as they used to be before. Washuhuban, and burning flames that keeps on being thrown onto those who are trying to listen, shooting, as they call it, shooting stars or whatever. This is the burning flames. There's too much, different than the way that they were before. They used to be able to listen to what comes from the heavens, but now they're not able to, because the Prophet ﷺ was sent, basically. So this is when that happened. They said to one another, there's something major happening on the face of earth. Right? As Sa'id ibn Jubayr, rahimahullah, he said, the jinn, they used to, this is their daily thing, and that's why the Kohan or the sorcerers or the future tellers, they were so much widespread, and that's how they deal with the jinn. So the jinn would listen to what's up there in the heavens, and they bring to them. So when the Prophet ﷺ was sent, they saw that there's something different. So they're not able to go up there, and it's the heavens, the skies have been filled with very intense guards, and the shooting stars, or what they call it, the burning flames, the shuhub, has been so much onto them, they're not able to hear anything, to listen to anything. So they said to one another when they came back, they said, there's something happens in the heavens like that because of something in the earth. So they kept on going throughout the earth, seeking what's there that causing this, till they saw the Prophet ﷺ coming out from the market of Uqav, leading his Sahaba, his companions, with the Salatul Fajr, and they listened to the Quran. It was said, as some said, it was a citation of Surah Al-Rahman or so. So they went back to the people, warning them. So this is basically what the verse is saying. وَأَنَّ لَمَسْنَا السَّمَاءَ فَوَجَدْنَا, we found it that it's filled with harasan shadidan. Haras is the guards, shadidan, very intense, very strong, وَشُهُبَ, and the shuhub is the burning flames. وَأَنَّ كُنَّا نَقْعُدُ مِنْهَا مَقَاعِدَ لِلسَّمْعِ. They said that we used to نقعد, we used to sit minha, we used to sit, in a way that we would listen to whatever they comes from the heavens, whether it's the commands of Allah or a revelation from Allah, and they would again send it to their kahana, to their sorcerers or future tellers or whatever the like of that, and that's why they would have some correct things and some evil things. So and then it's not there anymore. وَأَنَّ كُنَّا نَقْعُدُ مِنْهَا مَقَاعِدَ لِلسَّمْعِ, places to sit and to listen. فَمَنْ يَسْتَمِعِ الْآنَ يَجِدْ لَهُ شِهَابًا رَصَدًا. However, try to listen now, he would find شِهَابًا رَصَدًا. Shihab is the burning flame. رَصَدًا, that means it's knowing exactly who to shoot. It shoots the jinn, and it doesn't misses him, and it would destroy him as a result of this. وَأَنَّا كُنَّا نَقْعُدُ مِنْهَا مَقَاعِدَ لِلسَّمْعِ. Minha meaning to the skies, in the heavens. So this is a subject of the unseen. This is one of the subjects of the unseen that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed us about what the jinn, they do. And to believe in it the way it is. And as we know, some of the rulings is that never to deal with the jinn, it's haram, because the jinn, that would make the person a disbeliever, and to run away and to warn oneself against what these people deal with the jinn, and to protect ourselves with the adhkar. The jinn are weak when it comes to those who are upon the dhikr of Allah. The believers, they have protection by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the jinn. And, it's like, for example, when someone recites Ayatul Kursi, he is protected. What do the jinn see? Is something that is, if we get to see that, people would never leave the recitation of Ayatul Kursi, for example. Ayatul Kursi is like the burning flames to the jinn. It destroys them. If a person recited Ayatul Kursi and the jinni tried to attack that person, if he sent unto him or with black magic or whatever, it would burn him. So that means they cannot approach someone that recited Ayatul Kursi, for example, or the 100 times La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah lahul mulk wa lahul hamdu wa ala kulli shay'in qadir. And I would imagine, right? Imagine this, that if you get to see that you are surrounded with light, you are protected, and you see that protection physically. But after you say, for example, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah lahul mulk wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir 100 times. That's from the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say that. And in the hadith, with the rewards 100 times and 100 sins are forgiven, and as if you freed 10 of the slaves of Bani Ismail, and you will have protection from the shaitan all that day. So imagine that when you say this, there's a physical thing surrounding you of protection, physical light, for example, protecting you from the shayateen. And if you see that physically, would anybody leave that dhikr? Of course not. So have the certainty that there is something physical happening, but we don't see it. When you see these adhkar from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, when you say Ayatul Kursi before you sleep that protects you throughout the night, there is something physical. We don't see it. But the jinn, they see things we don't see. Right? So you are protected by the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And that's why this is one of the outcome of listening to these verses, is that we know that they're upon nothing. They're weak. They're creation of Allah. They cannot do anything except by the permission of Allah. So a person should not fear them, but rather should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and follow the way of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So again here, وَأَنَّا لَمَسْنَا, and indeed we, and وَأَنَّا is repeated, indeed we, لَمَسْنَا touched, sought to touch. They're seeking to touch the as-sama, the heavens, anything that is above. فَوَجَدْنَاهَا, so we found it, meaning the skies. مُلِئَت, filled, from mim lam alif. This is what's something you ملأت الإناء, I filled the container, things like this. يوم نقول جهنم هل امتلأت وتقول هل من مزيد. On the day of judgment, when we would say to the hellfire, are you filled, are you full? So مُلِئَت حرسا, guards, حرس. And it's the haras of the president, the guards of the president, the guards of the king. So harasan, guards, from the same 3 letters. Harasan, shadidan is intense, very strong, severe, from sheen dal. And that's when you have something strong. وشددنا أسرهم, like we made it tight, very severe. فشدوا الوثاق, make the chain tight on them. So حرسا شديدا, very severe. وشهبا, and شهبا, flaming fires, comes from the same 3 letters. And it's basically it's not any fire, but it's the one that comes or seen in the skies, or they call it the shooting star. Or so it has whiteness with darkness in it. So this is the shuhub. وَأَنَّا, and we indeed, كُنَّا, we used to, in the past. وَأَنَّا كُنَّا نَقْعُدُ from قَعَدَ, sit. Right? And sit is different way of people sit, and the word can be used for stationed in a place, not necessarily physically sitting. So وَأَنَّ كُنَّا نَقْعُدُ مِنْهَا, therein, by the skies, مَقَاعِدَ, positions, مَقَاعِد from قَعَدَ, Maqa'id is also used for the chairs, they call it maqa'id, or seatings. للسمع, for hearing. فمن, and then who, يستمع, ever listens, from سمع. الآن, now, from alif noon. يجد, he would find, from وجد, له, for him, specifically for him. شهابا, again the flaming fire. رصد, waiting, from رصد. And rasad, it was when you wait for something, when you hide for someone to shoot him, for example. Right? So, and inna rabbaka la bil mirsad. Your Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is bil mirsad. He is, is going to punish these people, and He is watching them, and they are waiting for the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So again, this is what the angels, they said, and this is what matter of unseen to believe in, and to act upon this by protecting oneself. We'll stop here, inshallah ta'ala. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.